episode of the year of Two Fat Guys Talking Flowers, where we're always going to give you the good, the bad, the ugly about flowers. Today we got Joelle, we got Mimi, we got Mike, and I am back from vacation to terrorize you on the airwaves once more. Man, am I excited. And there's been a lot of changes, guys. I'm going to call that out right now. In case I sound funny, everything has changed. They changed the room we do the podcast in. They changed the color of my microphone. They changed the color of my microphone. Why? They gave me a different mic.
It's the same mic. It's just
not the same. My mic was green. You now have the green one, and I'm jealous. Why? Because green is my favorite color. I happen to be biased.
It's my favorite color, too.
Mike hasn't talked in like 20 minutes. What's going on here?
Mike is good.
He's been watching the Gotti show.
Growing up,
I have insomnia.
Is it that good that you
it's
just
from
can't
COVID.
Stop?
Wait,
it's from COVID.
Mike, did you make it to 12 o'clock since you had insomnia?
No, I didn't. I was sleeping like at 9 o'clock on New Year's Eve, but last night in particular, I could not sleep. It's from the COVID and the medication that they gave me.
So you had the COVID.
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah. I called the doctor. I said I had the
blamed
flu.
me for getting sick, by the way.
Why?
For sure. Because I was sneezing, and like the day we left Ecuador, I don't know why. I guess the weather changes up and down the mountain, all the crazy stuff that goes around. I guess I felt a little congested, but I never really got sick.
Well, I felt so bad that Mike and Susan were sick. Like
He was doing the Felix Unger.
What's the Felix Unger?
Well, he's going to Google the Felix Unger, and he's going to put it in here. That's what he was doing.
I found out you were sick. I came by the day after Christmas while I was on vacation. I came by. You weren't here.
I called the doctor and I told her that I had the flu. And she told me, what are your symptoms? And I told her my symptoms. She goes, no, you have COVID. I was like, this is not COVID, because when I had COVID, I was fucking sick.
Yeah.
This was just like a flu. Like I could breathe, but my nose was gushing snot for like 24 hours straight without stopping, no matter what pill I took. It was still...
Man.
And she goes, no, you have COVID for sure. Go get a test. So me and mommy tested, and it says wait 15 minutes for it to turn red, and it turned red in like 15 seconds.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
So we left it there for a while, and But they gave us this new medication called Plax COVID or something like that.
Plaxvid, yeah.
Plaxvid, yeah. That's the one that it's on all the commercials.
So she explained it to me. She goes, take this pill and take this medication and it will stop it in its tracks. It won't continue to like grow the virus.
Nice. So it stops it. So you got as sick as you were going to get. And then
you got as sick, right. Better. Exactly.
Okay. Plaxlovid.
Yeah, that shit works.
Yeah.
But it keeps you up. You can't. There's a nighttime one and a daytime one you got to take. But I don't know. But it did work.
So your sleep schedule is all messed up.
Yeah,
Did you lose your sense of taste?
That Plax COVID gives you a metal taste in your mouth.
Right. So that's what I've been hearing. This new strand of COVID, you don't have the same symptoms. That's probably why Mike thought it's not COVID, because the same thing happened to my husband. He tested positive for the flu, and then the day after,
she said the current variant are the symptoms that I was talking about.
Right. And then it's funny because my husband didn't take the Plaxovid, but his dad did, and he lost his sense of taste. So it's basically giving you the old COVID, I think.
The Plax, I think it's more for us older people.
Oh.
I think you young bucks can grind through it. I think it's older people.
Yeah, Ryan has it right now, right? He's doing it right.
Yeah, but he doesn't want any medication. He says he's doing it naturally.
He has herbal medication that helps him.
No, but he looks good, but he sounds
Ryan is
bad.
out with COVID. By the way, he's not here today.
Feel better, Ryan. We miss you.
We had a Zoom this morning. He looked good, but he sounds bad. Like, like when you got that stuffy congestion. So,
boo. Poor guy.
Yeah.
We also have a new soundboard.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Oh, look at that. Fancy. I don't think you guys realize this is like graduating over here.
Yeah.
I like it.
Joelle's like a kid on
See if you can
Christmas.
expand on that soundboard. Like, I want you to be like Fred from the Howard Stern show.
Yeah.
I want you to have
That
like
guy should be your holy grail.
Yeah.
Like the guy you
should
look
study
up
up
to
on
is
him.
that guy.
Yeah, because he makes a show funny. Because you start talking about something, and within seconds, he's got something in the background.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here I have a
just
total
brilliant.
of 18.
18?
Little effects.
I only heard 3.
We have 11 right now.
He's
Let's
slowly.
hear another one. Let's hear another one.
You have wah, wah, wah. You know that? I like that one.
I accidentally pressed 2. Hold on.
He pressed both at the
You
same
can
time.
press 2 at a time.
Oh,
Look
so
at that.
You can mix it. All right, that's good. We're going to use all that stuff. But I really think that you should spend a little time
I will.
and study up on Fred from the Howard Stern show.
I will.
Google has a lot of information, but he's got every sound effect, every voice, everything
He is really good. It's
ready
like-
to go. I really...
It's impressive.
Whether Howard wants to admit it or not, Fred made that show with those noises and all that stuff that he does, the sound effects.
The
He made it.
stick.
Yeah. That helped me in sales.
I remember
'Cause
Mike would sing.
I had every sound effect that you could buy in the store. I had everything.
He did.
I even had a Britney Spears record that I could just push a button and it played
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Exactly.
When I used to work at Real Roses, where I first met Mike, when Mike would call and buy, if you got a purchase order that ended in a 00, Mike would send you a Grand Slam breakfast.
Shut up.
Yeah. So at Real Roses, we would see, I literally hung up. I'd hang up on O'Malley Dreesback to go boom, to pick up Michael Black. Because in case, if you
Sorry,
ever,
O'Malley.
Sorry, O'Malley,
Sorry,
for
brother.
real. But if you ever got
I think for that
Grand
you
Slam,
should send O'Malley a
Yeah.
send them a Grand Slam
breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me write that down.
Send that to him.
I like that. But it
With
was
interest.
great.
You probably
With
have to
interest.
send him a few because it's been quite some time.
But we'd hang up, we'd fight to pick up Mike. We would fight because if you got that Grand Slam breakfast,
You were
man.
starving and you get.
Oh, that's awesome.
You were the
Think
money.
about it. It's 9:00 in the morning. You're in the sales room. Everybody's drinking coffee and dreaming about something good to eat. And then suddenly there's bacon and
I'm the
pancakes.
envy
From
of
where,
the
though?
office.
From Denny's.
Denny's.
from
There's
Denny's.
only one
Man.
Grand
From Denny's.
Slam.
Oh,
Mike
okay.
got
The best $5 I ever spent. I got
Mike
so
would
many
get-
deals from
He
Mike
just
would
asked
get
where is the Grand
I
Slam.
said
from?
which one? I said from where?
Denny's
I've-
is the only Grand Slam.
I thought they had it everywhere.
No.
The man's a
Oh,
health
my
nut. He
God.
doesn't know anything about
Yeah, he
Denny's.
has like zero. He has no New Year's resolutions for eating or working out.
No, what are your New
He-
Year's resolutions?
He
Joel?
lives.
He's just
One of them is to
continuing.
gain weight though.
Is to gain weight?
15,
Here,
10
I'll
pounds.
give you 20 from
Eight-
my
12
legs.
12 to 15
You
pounds.
gonna take some HGH,
No.
little human growth
No,
hormone?
he doesn't
No.
believe in any of that.
Talk to my wife. She'll load you up.
I want a bulk. For sure.
No, she will. What is the new trend? Like people eating no, what's that?
Rice Krispies
Rice
before
Krispie
the
treats
gym
before-
or after the gym.
We can't tell mommy that you like that though, because then you're going to be eating that every day.
That helps a lot.
I wish I had that problem.
I know. I told him I'll give him. I'll give
Seriously.
him 20 from each leg.
God. Mike, you got any resolutions?
No, but we talked today about my New Year's revolution.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Great.
Don't
hell
have
of a
any
speech.
resolution.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like it?
I
one
loved it.
hell of a speech
Yeah.
Wow.
from everybody too. It wasn't just Mike.
Yeah.
Joel made me, I mean, not Joel, Edwin made me cry.
I've been trying to figure out how Edwin has all these women, and then he just heard him just tell that one story, and I got up to give him a hug. But I mean, honestly, the story was really about Mike and Mike's dad, and just how Mike has that same passion, and I couldn't help but cry.
That man
Yeah.
will talk the panties off of a,
Yeah,
of a
I
priestess,
get
of
it
a
now.
high priestess,
I get it.
of
I get
anybody.
it.
It's wild.
He got you.
Got that
Yeah,
silver
he got me
tongue.
crying.
Silver,
and I ran
gold,
up to give him a
platinum,
hug
diamond
immediately.
studded.
Yeah.
You see, you're just like a magnet drawn.
What was
Yeah.
your biggest takeaway from our 2024 conversation, Joel?
For me personally, I think it's just the way how the team is like everyone is like it's
Everyone was engaged
like it's not just
together.
everyone's engaged. It wasn't just like everyone like some people were just like not paying attention. Like everyone was engaged in the conversation. Everyone was
That's good. That's
Mike
good.
always taught
Motivated.
me when you get a lot of people to talk after a meeting or to engage in a meeting, that's a meeting.
Yeah.
That you got engagement. It wasn't just
yeah.
bosses talking. It was actual full on, and it wasn't just like work engagement. Like people were saying personal feelings. You
Yeah.
know? Like that was engagement. That was a meeting.
I mean, no, it was a great way to start this year, I think.
Yeah,
Mike,
hell yeah.
I took away, I love the way Mike said, if we're not winning, we're learning. And I love that.
Yes.
That really, I wrote that down with big letters and I'm like, wow, okay, I get that. And it's true. I mean, if we can't learn from our mistakes, then, we got to.
That's when we.
And then the other thing that got me was just listening to everybody, I think I can't cry now. We're gonna start.
I felt like we were in a sports movie.
Exactly.
That's
Like-
what it
like, that's what it felt
the
like.
coach, man.
It's the head coach.
Yeah,
He
it's
is
always the coach that makes everybody.
He is the head coach.
Yeah.
So I know it's like a little cliche, and sometimes, like I had this conversation with Wani, like, oh, Jeff Fresh and the whole like the theme of the sports, but there's no better way to put it. There isn't. Like, those movies, all those movies that move you. Like, hello, what's the one?
Hello,
Ruby. No, Rudy. Who's Ruby? That's a different movie.
Sorry,
but
you know what I meant.
Yeah, Rudy. Like all those movies, they do something. You know
which one gets me? Draft Day.
Yeah.
Have you seen Draft Day?
I've seen that.
What a motivating movie.
Coach Carter too.
Coach Carter.
That's another one that reminded me of.
Yeah. So all those things, they make a big difference, like because they bring back the nostalgia because everyone's been part of a team. Whether you were good on a team or bad,
you've been part of a
team. Right?
And you know what? Most people have at least once in their life. I see most people have been on a winning team and they know how great it is to win.
Yeah.
That feeling is amazing.
Well, I feel like I'm on a winning team now and I love it.
You got traded.
The problem is that when you're on a winning team, you're held to a higher expectation.
Exactly.
And you always have to win. If you don't win, then you're disappointing your fans.
And then that's the other thing that got me about the meeting, about what you were saying. It's like, since we are where we are, how do you continuously grow and get there? You know what I mean? Like as a team, when Mike was giving out the analogy about being at the restaurant and getting all the food and the service and our nonstop service, like how can we continue to make ourselves so unique? And
nobody listening understands that. You have to explain the analogy.
So Mike gave a great analogy about how him and Mommy went to Vegas and got married, and they went to remarried, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And
by a small Elvis.
By a small
tiny Elvis.
And
I've seen Mommy and Mike get married a couple times. It's awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
How many times have you got married?
3.
Oh, I love that.
I think it's the cutest thing ever.
I absolutely love that.
2 different Elvises.
One normal size, one tiny size.
Yeah.
Is an Elvis
One pocket size and one...
a hunk of burning love.
Is that like a thing
in Vegas?
Las
You can
Vegas?
get married by anything
You
or
get
by
married
anybody.
by an alien. You can get married by
Ooh, Mike,
anything.
that's the next one
You
should
could go
do.
skydiving and get married.
But why
While you're
Elvis
skydiving.
twice? That's fun. But why Elvis twice?
Because they were in Vegas twice.
Because it's like the cliche.
The second time we had
movie
a
cliche.
pink Cadillac convertible pick us up at the hotel.
Hell yeah.
It was really cool.
Mike is a romantic, guys. If you
No,
guys
he's
don't
not.
know, Mike is a romantic
I know.
and he's got the moves. I've watched this man. He carries his wife's luggage through the airport. He doesn't let her hold the thing. He does, whatever she needs. He's attentive. This man's got the moves. He downplays it. He's got the moves
I
over
think
there.
she reciprocates completely 100% though.
Yeah, she does.
Constantly...
She doesn't carry my bags.
No, she
anymore.
doesn't carry your bags. But she makes sure that you have all your snacks and she makes sure that you're already good.
This woman packs a bag for him better than anybody in the world.
Oh, yeah.
There is no better packer than
I believe
Mama.
it.
He's him.
Let's send Barbie her
Who's
way.
him?
He's him.
He is him.
Oh, I don't think they know that meaning.
They don't understand it.
Yeah,
I don't know
It's more
what that
slang.
means.
He is him.
It's
Oh, it's like he's God?
No.
no. It's like
So
he's the man. I
he's
guess
the man. You're like saying he's the man. Like he is him.
him.
Okay, well, she's the woman. She's
her.
She's her.
Okay, back to the story. So the story was Mommy and Mike got remarried, and they went to Vegas. And in Vegas, they went to a really cool restaurant. We won't say the name of the restaurant because I'm going to kill the name. And the service was amazing. In fact, they brought out the food at the same exact time so that they both had the same experience. They were both eating at the same time. They both felt special. So Mike was making the analogy of like how we have to continuously be like that and provide our nonstop service. And then Mike went the next time with 5 of his boys. Well, no, 5 of them, not without Casey because Casey wasn't. No,
There
so
was
then
4 of
Connor
them.
couldn't have been there either.
Every time one of them turned 21, we went to Vegas.
Okay, so it must have been Ryan's birthday.
It kind of like evolved.
It must have been Ryan's birthday.
last time there was 8 of us.
I think it was Ryan.
It had to be
and
Ryan's.
then it was with so the 2 other brothers. And I
Right.
think
So they went to-
you took Uncle Tony.
So they
right?
went to
Maybe?
the restaurant again and the same exact service. So they were very excited. And so then Mike was explaining about when you provide that type of service and that experience, you create a loyalty. And the next time he got all excited, he told all his friends, he's been, bragging about this restaurant. And then him and mommy went the next time.
No, him and I think all.
And more sons.
And more sons. And no more everybody getting the meal at the same time. No more top quality service. So never again have they been. And
now they're dead to me.
Now they're now they're on the X list. But
I went there once because Mike talked about the experience.
Celine went there and she said she got the good service. Yeah. But anyways, if you think about it, for a company like us, one of the hardest things is to stay top of mind. How do you stay top of mind when you have like the marketing like Ryan has, when you have the good quality and the people? So we constantly have to continue, which I think makes it harder. Some people can't even obtain that.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of work.
The job gets harder. The better you are, the harder the job.
Right. There's no relax.
Ask Tom Brady.
Best thing is a little hard work never killed nobody. So we're good.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And I think it was awesome when everybody was just saying that they felt proud to be part of that team. So good job, coaches.
Beautiful.
It turned into a little bit of a group therapy session.
Right.
Yeah.
But that shit's needed. You know what? That shit's needed. We're about to go into...
None of that. What I like about it is when it's not planned and it just organically just happens.
Mm-hmm.
Just letting it just go wherever it was going to go. Like there was no time limit. Just let it go wherever it's going to go.
And it's perfect timing. Not just the new year, but we're up for a big, holiday and everything that's coming up.
The most annoying and stressful time of the year, a.k.a. Valentine's Day.
So this is my first Valentine's at Jet Fresh. I did a Mother's Day. Yeah, I did a Mother's Day, but I didn't do...
Mother's Day is so much more fun than Valentine's Day.
I think so,
Let me tell you. Mike hates Valentine's Day.
Yeah, look at his
Nobody
face.
takes shit personal on Mother's Day.
No.
And you should, because it's their mother.
But they don't.
But they take things very personal on Valentine's Days.
Really?
Really?
You would think it's the other.
Well,
No,
so,
no, you motherfucker! You didn't deliver me 500 red roses on the exact day, on the exact time, from the exact farm, and the exact cut stage, and the exact length, and the exact. You're dead to me. I hate you.
There was 44 petals, now 45 petals in this rose.
Yeah,
I fucking hate
everything's
you.
so personal. And the problem, Joel, which you probably don't know, but I'll explain it to you. Valentine is the time of year where you pay the absolute most for your wholesale flowers, and you get the absolute worst,
shittiest
quality.
Mm-hmm.
Not from everyone, from everywhere, but in general.
In general.
Flowers are more stressed. They take more time. They're storaged a little longer. They've been cut a little bit sooner than normal. They're
Some farms
nothing good.
prep their plants so
Even
that they
after
get
the farm,
peak production.
even with the farms, I mean, we're dealing with a lot of heavy weather that's coming in up in our areas.
And then across the U.S., the weather's bad.
I mean, there's so many factors that can take into consideration for you to get those perfect flowers,
And Valentine's is focused on one flower, mainly one color, the red rose.
Red rose.
So
is there a specific red rose that people...
freedom. No,
Freedom. We are brainwashed to only use freedom.
Let me tell you, my favorite flowers that were given to me were by my husband for Valentine's Day were white roses with different multicolor gerbras. The arrangement, I still have the picture, was my favorite arrangement.
Let me tell you.
I don't get why people don't embrace other colors.
I don't get it either. We've all done it. We've all brought red roses home. We've all sent red roses to somebody.
Well, that's what everybody
and it's
tells
the
you.
same movie over and over and over and over and over again. Imagine bringing a beautiful bicolor novelty rose.
Like which one, Mike?
You name it. There's so many. High and Magic. You could buy that cheap. And it makes such a bigger impression. Because it's got so much character and so much color. I'd bring home Funky Cold Medina. Yeah,
Man,
that's the rose.
2 times, and I thought he was going to say his favorite, Free Spirit, and he
Free
hasn't
Spirit
said
is that's a staple. That's a staple.
There's so many more prettier,
And there are so many colors of roses now that have fragrance. Freedom will have no fucking fragrance.
Imagine her sticking her
Freedom
face
smells
in
like
that
storage.
bouquet
It
and
smells like your
smelling
closet.
An amazing bouquet of flowers, you know?
Fragrance. I don't know. You can Google it. but fragrance does something. It does something. Fragrance does something.
It's a connector. It connects into your emotions.
No, I think
Aphrodisiac.
I think they get horny
Exactly.
from the fragrance.
I agree with Mike.
Me so horny.
That's why do you think there's so many different types of
Good to know.
perfumes, and that like even the foods that we eat? I think the flowers, yeah.
And for the price of roses, you can send David Austin garden roses.
For the price
For the price of a dozen red roses, you can get some really high-end garden roses. I like florists.
Society's brainwashed.
Do you think it's just a tradition?
It is.
Yeah.
Well, it's what you see in Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's what you grow up.
There's a couple of different stories about Lady Montague, and that's like a old Turkish royalty. But then there's also just the symbol of red. Red is a symbol of deep passion, romantic love.
Yeah.
I mean, even
Also
when you
fire.
wanna
Anger.
Trying to get some.
You put on the red panties.
Or red lights.
I got red.
You turn on the red
I
lights.
don't.
You got red. You got Mike tighty whities or boxer briefs.
I haven't wore tighty whities since I was Joel's
Okay, just
age.
making
Oh
sure.
my god!
Just making sure.
No,
Maybe a little younger, right?
I got red boxer.
I got
briefs.
new underwear.
I never wear red.
Oh,
I got brand new underwear. Snug.
Keeps everything in place.
They ain't stretched out. Like you know how they get
I have
stretched
that.
out after a while. No, these are not stretched out. Fit nice and snug.
She.
I don't have any clothes.
I finished The Wire, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm doing Homeland right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that first 2 seasons of
Yeah.
Homeland are really
Yeah.
good.
I
Really
watched
good.
The Boys.
You watch The Boys?
Fucking love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do
Homeland's pretty good.
Homeland's
Homeland. Man, I didn't even think of rewatching that.
Yeah.
What's that show that everybody's on? It's the Suits.
Yeah,
Suits.
that's just come back because
I'm
it
not
came onto
watching that.
Netflix. I, didn't
I just
watch
watched the movie the other night with what's her name? The lady from Pretty Woman. What's her name?
it. Julia Roberts. You
The
saw that
Obama
movie?
movie?
the one that was
Yeah.
Obama movie?
Dance
Oh
is
my
weird.
God.
Is that the one
It
that everyone's
is
just talking
Good.
about?
Obama
Weird.
produced it.
It's that one, right?
Obama produced it.
Really?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, wow.
president?
I might have to order some more guns and ammo after watching that movie.
Yeah.
That's
You
a
didn't watch it,
prequel.
Joel?
You haven't seen it, Joel? You gotta
No,
go see
I
it.
didn't.
Yeah.
I just
Don't
knew about
sleep
it
tonight.
today.
That was
Don't
the
sleep
really
tonight.
the
Go
nicest
watch that movie.
doomsday bunker.
The
I've
one where
ever
she
seen.
dances all weird and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the one.
that's the one. You gotta
Why?
watch it
What's-
because
It's
it's
good.
it's
I
it's a
actually liked
crazy
it.
story.
I didn't like the ending.
No, I didn't
Well,
like
because
that.
there was no ending, there was no
The
closure.
ending was kind of soprano-ish.
Well, the little girl at the
Yeah.
end just pissed me off. That girl.
I was like, you
me off.
fucker, how are you gonna find all this shit and not go get the rest of the family?
no,
Just start watching. I
they
can't
were already
say.
dead.
Hmm?
They were already dead.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, they were gone. She was just her and friends that were left.
Oh, that makes me want to cry.
And when they do the sequel, she'll come out of the bunker
Ugh.
and see what's up.
Yeah, well, she ain't gonna find any friends characters.
So going back to Valentine's,
So going back to Valentine's.
red
Hollywood
roses are
has
overrated.
brainwashed us.
Red rose
Hollywood has
overrated, but it's a
brainwashed.
necessary evil. But I will send a little message out there if anyone cares about my opinion. For your money, talk to your suppliers about Red Fortune. Talk to your suppliers about Red Explorer. These are available in decent quantities and not the most demanded, so you can get a slightly better price, and they will outperform
That's my favorite.
most freedoms. I wouldn't say they would outperform like a Rosa Prima freedom, but they will outperform most freedoms.
Don't forget Red Panther. That's another winner.
Oh, I love Red Panther.
But it's got like some flex in it. It's
the one with
got
the-
stuff.
It's like the
It's
Red
not-
Intuition.
that's
that
the
sounds
one-
like
Yeah,
a
but it's
fancy
not a
pizza.
red rose.
it looks like brindle. It looks
an
like
out.
it looks like fresh. That's why when I did it in the video, it looks just like fresh
Oh, okay.
skin. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mike is right about it being an aphrodisiac. Rosewater, and it dates back to like ancient
The
Greek
fragrance.
and the fragrance.
Yo, I told you, Mike's got that Riz. He knows what's up. He's got Riz. He knows what's up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what it was, and then that's why.
The fragrance of white lilies make me want to puke, but the fragrance of roses I really like. And more standard and garden-like varieties
Are showing
are
fragrance.
fragranced. They're putting the fragrance back into the breeding.
Which I think is a win. Everybody on the planet, the moment they see a flower,
Sticks it in the nose.
Sticks it
I
in
do
the
it.
nose. I do
I
it
smell every flower.
time. Every flower. Even flowers I know aren't going
Yeah.
to have a fragrance. I
do
still
it.
smell it.
Well, you could if you really know your shit, you could smell if they're fresh or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just pulled up SAF's 2022 report. Out of the consumers, what they bought for Valentine's Day, how many do you think were red roses?
90%.
82.
I'm gonna say 95.
What?
82.
83%.
Boom.
Yeah.
Wow. And then it goes down. It breaks it down to like pure red roses were 65%, 40% were pink, which I love pink for Valentine's color. I think it's more sweet. Like,
So do you
That
think,
also makes sense.
do you think that every single red rose that's sold was cut the week before? From that 82% must
Which,
equate to hundreds of millions.
250
Would it be like 2 weeks?
million roses are produced for Valentine's Day.
250 million roses.
250 million.
How far before Valentine's are they harvested?
2 weeks ago.
How many?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Impossible.
No.
It would be impossible.
It's impossible to get them around. You got to be like Santa Claus to
It'd be
deliver
impossible.
all those.
You're talking about a global demand,
Yeah.
Yeah.
grown in just a few places. You're talking about anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks,
I'm telling you. You get
and maybe even more if it came on a ship. Whatever.
Valentine's Day is celebrated in 30 countries around the world.
More, maybe. No, yeah, it has to be more.
Yeah.
Has to be more.
There's just no way.
But just the United
demand
States
is
alone
crazy.
is too much. I mean,
What's a-
I personally cannot stand going to the store and seeing all the stuffed animals and all the plastic and all the stuff that you see that it's, you know what I mean? Like it's,
In the Walgreens section, they just have one aisle.
I love cards. I love getting cards
Really?
for Valentine's Day. I do. I like cards. I like
Do
flowers
you like
too,
a
but
card where somebody writes a lot, or do you like a card that just has the perfect?
my husband gets so lazy. He always writes the same thing now. Now every year it's the same thing. It's like can't imagine us without you. Like, and that's the way he signs it. You know, he'll write every once in a while something that
He should listen to this.
Oliver.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
Oliver, you are not.
Come on,
him.
Oliver.
What
are you doing?
He used
I
to
might
buy-
just email him this
He's
one
like,
clip.
I got her. He doesn't have to work hard
Like, I got
anymore.
it.
Come
I
on.
got this.
You know, I've been in the flower business so long, way before I met my wife. But she understands that Valentine's for us is not Valentine's.
It's
it
not.
comes later.
On top of that,
It
our
comes later.
anniversary is 2 weeks later. So we got married
Yeah.
February 28th. So I always told him, I'm like, yeah, I like, you know, some flowers. And I also like to him to remember because, of course, everybody wants to feel special. But for me, it's more about our anniversary, February 28th. Oliver, February 28th.
Don't fuck up.
Oliver, rose petals, Barry White,
It's our 15th this year.
candles.
Ooh,
15
a
married.
15,
Right.
15.
15 married,
Wow.
18 together. So yeah, I'm
I
hoping.
think we're going on like 40.
Wow.
Well, how old is Junior's 38?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
So
got to
about
be
38.
like 40.
38, 39, 40.
Shit.
Wow.
Damn.
So we don't take Valentine's here. Like we're just
No, man. There's no going out on Valentine's Day. You go out, you stand in line, you get half service, half that.
But do we run scheduled same as Mother's Day? Like we're working the whole week?
We work 3 weeks.
Okay.
Mommy
Stop.
gets an IOU. for Valentine's.
Barbie
Oh,
does too. She
So-
knows we're going to celebrate the week after another time.
So Mike, I want to know, and for those that listening out there,
Not
why
me.
do
Not
you
me.
why do we not specialize in Valentine's Day? Like why is it yes, we'll sell you the flowers, but why do you not make Valentine's Day such a big deal here?
Well, again, just like we were talking about, those flowers are, for the most part, and I can't say in every single farm, in every single place, but a good percentage of the Valentine production is storage.
Mm.
And a good amount of Valentine production is pinched based on the cycle of the plant in the place where it's grown. And the weather is so erratic, you can't predict
Right.
anything anymore. So either it's coming 2 weeks early, it's coming 2 weeks late, or they have disease, or it's this, or it's that. And you make all these deals, you make all these promises with all these customers, and you sit back and say, yeah, I'm going to have a great Valentine's. And then like 2 weeks before the holiday, the bad news starts to come in. Oh, we had a freeze. Oh, we had
Hailstorm.
this. Oh, the greenhouse is flooded and this and that, or something. Or then everything is perfect and the fucking airline screws you over and doesn't fly your flowers for 4 days.
Yeah.
Or the sea containers are stuck in the port and they can't get them out of the port. And once they do get them out of the port, they find out that the refrigeration unit wasn't running. There's always something.
But I remember you telling me once, you're like, I want to be
the hero, not the villain.
right, and you want.
I don't want to promise shit we can't keep.
364. You like that. You wanted to be making sure that you have everybody covered the rest of the year because you can guarantee that.
Yeah, our farm doesn't pinch for Valentine's. So our specific farm, I can guarantee anybody whatever, fresh flowers, because I have a specific productivity.
Was that one of the main reasons why you purchased the farm, for that purpose?
Well, it's a small farm. It doesn't make sense to pinch.
Right.
A big farm, it makes sense to pinch at least a proportion of your flowers because you get a higher percentage of flowers when you need it, when it's most demanded, and when you can get the highest prices.
Right.
But a 10-hectare farm, it's really, if you
it's
pinch.
not that big. It's not that many volume.
Yeah,
Right.
and if you pinch, you're sacrificing the quality of your flowers going forward for a period of time until the shock of that pinch.
Because it's not just
recovers.
that cycle. It's that cycle,
Yeah.
the next
So-
cycle. So
Yeah.
So
Valentine sucks, man. And,
Yeah.
and when I hire people, and I've hired some big dogs that booked shitloads of roses, right, Fern? And I give them the speech.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you guys, I'll
And
never
it's a shocker.
forget. I know, because I know I made the stupidest face Mike has probably ever seen, because I was like, fuck you mean we're not going to do any big bookings? That's like,
yeah, no.
that's where you make your money on Valentine's
I know.
Day. No, year-round business. I have drank the Kool-Aid. I
Right.
believe it, and it's so much better
Well,
to
and
be
you
the hero.
build the
It's so
trust,
much better
right.
to be the hero than the villain.
If we give our word and we say, okay, you want these 5,000 Freedom 60s from Ecuador or wherever from, and we make a deal on the price, regardless of what happens, if I screw up, if the farm screws me over and I have no control of whatever it is, once we say yes to you and we give you our
That's
word,
it. Mm-hmm.
it's either I'm going to go out in the street and pay whatever price I need to pay to satisfy our commitment to you, or if I'm unable to do it, I'll ask you to go out and buy it and send me the bill and I'll pay you the difference.
Wow.
You're making your...
and that's real deal.
I know.
That's real deal.
You took a commitment.
I
You asked these
know.
people, hey, 2 months ago, hey, please, would you give me your order for Valentine's?
Yeah.
Is it right in the 11th hour to
For
tell
you.
them, hey, you're fucked, sorry, I don't have it?
No.
It's not right. I won't do it. And a lot of people do that stuff. And I really believe that we've got...
I've had to make those phone calls. The flowers came in bad.
Yeah.
Flowers came in bad.
Or
So-
our bouquet division needed them more than we did.
Yeah.
Or
well,
some
that
stupid
was
shit.
our flowers came in bad in some places.
My
Yeah, I
favorite
know.
is
I
the
love that.
phantom freeze when the market's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That phantom freeze, unavoidable every time the market's hot. You know it never has a phantom freeze when the market's shitty.
Not once has that ever happened.
Yeah.
So,
So I don't like
Mother
big
Nature
bookings.
knows.
Big bookings are not good for us. I leave
Okay.
that to the big dogs.
But-
Let all you big farms go ahead and book all you want.
Book away.
Have a nice time.
and
When people get screwed over, 305-499-9144. Chances are we'll be able to give you a hand.
Sales at jefffreshflowers.com.
go Joelle.
I love this thing.
So
That really should have been da-da-da-da-da. Okay.
I'll add that.
So this year Valentine's lands on a Wednesday, which is, I mean, the perfect for the florist. That's like Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
It's almost
a great
too.
day.
It's
It's
too
great.
far away to take like a really long weekend and not
Exactly.
still deliver
So
flowers to her office.
The reason behind that is that most people will say, okay, I'll spend the money on dinner if it's a Friday night, or if it's a Saturday, you're screwed because you're going to get the flowers at home. What if you
or
take her
they'll take a
out?
long, they'll take a long weekend. Sometimes
But
it lands on President's
on
Day.
Wednesday, that means she gets to show off to the whole office how much you love her, and then she's
Or he.
gonna.
You know
Oh,
how
that's
much
true.
pressure I get because since I'm in the industry,
Oh
like
fuck yeah!
if I don't deliver the most ginormous, amazing bouquet, and then also have Olga make her an amazing bouquet to
For
take home
home?
for home, I'm a terrible person.
Yeah, that's the thing is that like most people in our industry are like, meh, flowers, meh, I don't want them. I'm the opposite. I'm like, bring me all the flowers. I love them. So I agree with Barbie there.
Jocelyn will beat you with flowers if you send her flowers.
Really?
Yeah,
oh, I
she
know.
doesn't-
She
so
every time
weird.
we're
Yeah,
here in
she's
the
anti-flower,
office,
right?
she's like, no, don't give them to me. But let me tell you something. There have been a couple that have come in, like those Euphoria. She was like, I'm gonna take these home, and I'm like, I thought you hated flowers, and she goes,
Yeah, but
these
not
smell
these.
good.
Not these.
I like these. And she had that with the white shimmer or what's the other one? She likes the lighter colors because they match her decor at home. So, but yeah. So Joelle, I don't know if you're dating anybody right now, but you better prep.
Joelle keeps it quiet.
I know.
Always.
So, actually this was my first, like a couple, what was it? A year ago was when I did my podcast with you guys right before Valentine's Day. So it was a year ago. Okay, I'm going to keep the tears in. But I did talk about it last year about different things and tips that we could do. One of the things that I wanted to talk about on this episode was like, I had a schedule that I would send out to people, almost like a boot camp. Like, make sure you do these things before. So like 2 weeks before you have to, 3 weeks before you have to prepare work schedules, decorate, start marketing deals now. Like, so that you have to pre-plan these things. The week of January 30th, make sure all flower supplies are bought in, glassware, flower food, all those things that you're not going to want to pay FedEx high charges because all the trucking companies cut off all the hard good people. So your wire, your glass, your flower food, all those things. And then afterwards, you got to determine different impact areas. Impact areas make a huge difference, like in the flower shop. Like, so if you have like the orchid section, if you put one orchid and then in between next to tulips and next to some roses, they're not going to be as impactful as when you have like an orchid display. You know what I mean? So like, kind of like how we do the tropical room, that's why it gives you that feeling, or why we have it so separate like that. So those impact areas have to be done the week of February 6th and to the 12th.
Like the supermarkets will make a huge display of rose bouquets.
Yeah.
Like a monster when we used to sell supermarkets, we used to go to an annual show that one of the big ones did, and they had like a contest.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
Between the stores, who could put up the best.
Let me tell you
display.
something. Those people get creative, but
Yes,
even with like the beers, have you seen how cool or the sodas like during football for I love those
with the Fritos and all that.
Yeah, the merchandisers, they make good money too, by the way. So another thing would be to February 6th is when you could start doing like your greenery, start making your stuff and planning your stuff. But this is my favorite one. Start with a Mother's Day coupon. Start marketing for Mother's Day then. That was my favorite tip.
Included with the Valentine delivery?
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Smart.
You have to have that. That should be like the first thing that's being done. How are you going to capture that sale? So anyways, but this is my favorite one, and this one I got from Gay Smith. She said, no floral manager is to be at the cash register. They are to be handling customers. So they're walking around, they're doing everything else, but nobody should be selling at the cash register. That's like the lowest of the thing that the sales manager should be doing. And I used to love that one. But all hands on deck on February 14th. But those were a couple of my favorite ones. But I think, obviously clean. We had a call the other day and Celine goes, hey, Mimi, somebody's having a problem with mold. And I go, well, tell them to go get their coolers checked out now, because that's the last thing you want to do. And you want to use either Chrysal cleaner or Floral Life DCD and start cleaning those coolers right now. Now's the time to do it when you have the time. Clean them out, make sure everything's clean, tabletops, scissors, shears,
keep
everything.
The fruits out of the fridge.
Oh, for sure. The fruits and everything has to go out. I wouldn't even put any of the, and don't let people smoke behind your, in the back of your cooler, anywhere near the cooler or the trucks or anything like that. That's all.
That's a no-no.
That's a big no-no. I mean, so.
Jeez, I wish
even marijuana
smoking here. They're all smoking outside.
Yeah, but they're not smoking.
They're not smoking in the
kind
cooler.
Of stuff that you want.
Like Cheech and Chong in the parking lot outside.
I'm gonna add that.
Not us, not Joel and I.
No.
But yeah. So those were my tips that I thought last year. I was trying to remember some of them and I couldn't, and so I wanted to give them out today. But
no, now's the time. I was talking to Dan to make sure we're prepared for everything. I'm gonna get with Jason.
We're prepared because all the time we're constantly cleaning. Today we had a full clean
on the cash and carry.
That was
good.
Yeah.
That was good.
It looks really
I love
nice.
seeing the Zamboni in there.
Yeah,
that guy
it
makes
looks
a
really
tight
nice.
corner, let me tell you. DT Jr. has gotten good on the Zamboni. Berman doesn't even have to do it anymore. It's awesome.
Yeah, but we got our carpets cleaned, for like the carpet, but the rug runner or whatever, it looked really nice this morning. So that's all good.
It's all in the prep work.
The other thing about Valentine on a Wednesday is you can continue to sell through the weekend.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't stop at Wednesday because
Mm-hmm.
people are going to celebrate on the weekend and they'll defer their buying the roses. So it's a little bit easier, I think, for the florist to handle. Unless it snows or some shit, which always sucks.
Yeah.
I saw when I was a driver back in the good old days when I had a stress-free life. I'll never forget. It had to be in the early 80s. There was a terrible blizzard on Valentine's Day in New York. I can't remember the year, but I was driving. I remember. And I had my van, I had chains on the wheels. I had
Oh shit.
all these bricks in the back to keep the weight down so I wouldn't skid off the road, and I would just plow through. And I prided myself on getting through and making these deliveries.
It was the blizzard of 1983.
See that? 1983.
Shit.
Chains on the wheel.
But let me tell you
I had to ask that.
one of the most genius flower marketing in a blizzard I've ever saw. Ryan used to post it. I used to make him post it every Valentine's
Yeah, I
Day.
remember that.
But there was this guy called Van's Nursery in Long Island, and the snowplows came through. You Florida people don't know what a snowplow is, but it's a big truck that pushes the snow.
Mm-hmm.
And it pushes the snow on the side, and then there's a big pile of white snow. Joel, there's a big
Like
pile
a little mountain.
a little mountain. These guys went out when the snow stopped. They went out with red spray paint, and they painted on all the snowdrift roses with arrows.
Fucking smart.
Roses with arrows and roses, $29.99, whatever it was. I don't know.
They put everybody. They drew a roadmap.
They
literally
drew a roadmap
on Earth
for free.
Love it for free.
So, guys, if you're listening and you're in a snow area, if it snows, you could Google that.
Guide your customers to your shop.
We have pictures of it. Ryan made pictures of it. And Ryan, I need you to post that again. Anyway, I thought that was the most brilliant idea because people, they didn't know where to go for their roses. Their regular guy on the side of the road was gone.
I mean, that blizzard was bad. I think all the road signs were covered. I mean, it was pretty tall banks.
How much snow fell?
Oh, I don't know. I started looking up the
So
something else.
It was a lot. And the big
I mean, there's a picture right here of a whole taxi covered in snow.
Yeah. So, but these guys were brilliant. They went out there with spray cans, like a mile away from their store,
Genius.
and just roses with their phone number. It's free advertising. Who the hell cares? You can't get in trouble for it. It's gonna melt. It's gonna go away.
Central Park was covered in 17.6 inches.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, but you know what, Fern? We fucking delivered.
You
Didn't matter.
But New York is like a.
Didn't
it's
matter.
Like
We made it happen.
what's that
And those
movie? Mad
and back
Max?
then, those roses.
Yeah.
Were
Oh, yeah.
coming
That's
from
New York City.
Back then, those roses
the
were
Hunger
coming from
Games,
California, and those
Oh,
roses
shit.
they were in those big, giant cooler boxes, the ones that you would take to the beach and give to your friends because everybody can put cases of beer inside those coolers. Yeah, that's how they used to ship
Wow.
the roses from California. It used to come in these big styrofoam boxes.
That's
I really missed out on those crazy days.
You
I was
didn't
3 years old in 1983, so I
Yeah.
missed that shit.
Yeah, well, Mike was out there delivering in the fucking blizzard. So. Don't worry.
Oh,
And
shit.
Van's Nursery. I'll never forget those guys. They're a great family. It's a father and his son.
Do you know if they're still around?
My dad. I don't know, but I'm gonna call them. I just
You should
popped
find
in my
out.
head. But they did a lot of funeral work. I remember they were
Where were they in New York?
they were in, yeah, I think they were in
Long Island, he said.
I think
Long
they were in
Island?
Elmont. I think it was Elmont, New York. They were right over the Queens border. You know, they were not that far. And
Oh, it's closed.
oh, too bad. They were a nice
Brownie
family.
face.
They were right across the street from a big plant nursery.
Maybe they sold.
Was that it? Van's Nursery?
Yes, that's it.
Wow, they were established in 1931.
My dad was friendly with the dad of Vans. If you're in the snow, get your red spray paint cans ready.
Or buy some ahead of time just in case. You never know when you can use some free advertising.
That's right. This episode is brought to you by Design Master.
Oh man.
Well, that's what a lot of work that the SAF does during Valentine's Day is to combat negative ads towards the flower industry.
I love that they do that.
I love that they do that.
And that's like the chocolate people be like, buy chocolate, not flowers.
Oh, yeah.
Like unfair advertising, just shitting on flowers.
So what does SAF do about it?
So what they do is they go after people and
how? Like they send
legal.
They
like
send
legally.
legal. Yeah, they send stuff like telling them.
Kate doesn't go out with a baseball bat.
No,
and say, hey.
I can't imagine. Can you imagine Kate with a baseball bat?
I could imagine Kate and Oscar out there chasing people down with
Oscar
a bat.
and Kate out there.
No, I think it's really cool that they do that because it is the flower industry
Fighting flower crime.
Beat your shit.
Kate and what was I saying? Oh, the flower industry gets a really bad rap during and it's really because of the big and all those.
Say no names, just the big people with
beep
their
beep.
Yeah, beep those
you can
people
beep
out.
me those
Yeah,
out.
yes.
Yeah. But it's
You
really,
know who she meant.
yeah. You know who you are.
man, have you ever? That's my favorite thing to do. Go on social media the day after Valentine's Day and watch those people's Instagram
And
posts.
just watch the comments.
Just the comments.
The comments alone are
they
wild.
They kill them. They just destroy these poor people.
So it's hard, man. Those people throw a bunch of roses in a cardboard box and drop it in front of someone's doorstep at God knows what temperature. You know, that's challenging.
Well, no, I call so my aunt that helped me raise the boys. She's in Puerto Rico, and I send her from the boys every year.
What part of Puerto Rico?
Mayagüez, right on the West Coast. So, even now, her birthday was January 2nd, so I ordered the flowers late, like always, and I paid the extra fee and everything.
They charge extra fee if you order late?
Well, I ordered December 29th, and her birthday is January 2nd, and they're closed the 1st, so I had to pay extra to make sure that it was the first delivery on the 2nd, in the morning.
This was a local florist or
in Puerto Rico, yeah, local florist, super awesome woman. I've been calling her for years, but
she texted you. She's not so awesome.
That's a mafia surcharge.
No, I feel bad. There's a tiny. You know how hard it is to get. Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of our customers are in Puerto Rico too, right? Like to get our flowers. So, but it sucks because for Valentine's Day, it's hot over there. So she delivered one time, and I make sure that she delivers in the morning early. That's why I pay a little extra because they left them outside for her. And of course, by the time she got them, they were all dead because it was hot outside.
Most people don't complain though.
They don't.
Most people don't complain. They're so happy that you sent some flowers.
Didn't complain.
No, my aunt didn't complain.
Mimi found out.
I found out from my uncle. I'm
right,
like,
but I think for the most part, especially if they get one of those boxes dropped in front of their door and it's half dead,
complaints.
They don't.
You still get a thank you from grandma.
So beautiful.
Oh my God!
Thank you so much,
guys. My first year in the flower industry, I did one of those whatever, because Oliver sent me some tulips from. And the tulips, of course, were going on all sorts of directions because that's how they're supposed to. They were looking for they were looking for the light. And so I called and I said, I can't believe, and this is whatever. And then afterwards they were like, Mimi, look at them now. And I'm like, oh, they're beautiful. But
let me tell you, all tulips are not equal.
All tulips are not equal.
I went to I was going to the cemetery on my dad's anniversary, and I forgot to bring flowers home. So I said, okay, I'll just stop by the fresh market.
Right.
They always have flowers. My wife's always telling me, oh, they got nice flowers at the fresh market. Okay, I'll go over there. So I went to the fresh market. First of all, this is the end of November 30th. They still had Thanksgiving flowers in there. And the only thing
just arrived.
The only thing that looked almost okay was this bucket of tulips. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to buy 4 bunches of tulips. I'll make a rainbow and I'll put them in a vase and boom. It's like, there was no other place to go. And I wanted to get there before the traffic built up. And at nighttime, the mosquitoes are crazy in the cemetery. So I buy these tulips. I throw them in the truck and I get over there and I say, okay, I'm going to go and make an arrangement, like a rainbow arrangement out of these 40 stems of tulips that I assumed they were 40 stems. First of all, they were 9-stem bunches.
Oh.
So
They set you. They
That
didn't
ain't
even
cool.
get a 10-stem bunch.
I paid $42 or something like that in a supermarket for 4 bunches of tulips.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And they were 9-stem bunches and they weren't good. Like once I got them out of the plastic, they weren't good.
Like those low 30 gram or maybe high 20s, you know?
They weren't good. And they actually looked decent in the packaging, but once I took them out, there was some hiding underneath and stuff that you really can't see. So yeah, I said, I should go and complain. Then I said, you know what? If I'm dumb enough to go there and pay $46 for
This
4
is
bunch
what
of
you get.
tulips from the fresh market, it's my own fault. Who am I to complain? I got what I paid for. Should have went to a florist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have just went to a florist. Make me a bouquet. I don't know why I didn't, but I won't be making that same mistake twice.
You lost fresh market.
I love tulips though for Valentine's because that's a good season for tulips. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're pretty.
Tulips are really nice quality right now from Canada.
Mm-hmm.
From Canada. Let me tell you, a great item for Valentine's, a great affordable item that you can make some extra margin in the retail business is tulips. There are some great deals to be had for Valentine tulips. Dutch, Canadian, wherever.
Plus, tulips have a high perceived value from consumers. Like they're like a really nice flower. I think it has more value than a rose to a consumer, in my opinion.
I don't know.
Not on Valentine's Day, but if you were to give a consumer the option, not on Valentine's
between
Day,
roses
and tulips, and ask which one is more expensive, they're always going to
they'd
go
probably
with
say tulips. Yeah. Well, I mean, tulips used to be only seasonable.
Right. And
they used to be way more expensive, way more nichey. Like everything. Everybody wants everything year round. Like peonies. No?
I think retailers should, as well as their wholesalers, should absolutely get out of the rose rut and diversify more. Less roses, more flowers.
I agree.
I recently ran into a great video on YouTube on how to open
I know that's
peonies.
impossible, what I'm saying.
Which video?
It's these 2 guys and a glass of milk.
Oh, the Oreo dunk.
The Oreo video. I love
was
it.
watching it because I actually bought some really beautiful peonies from Natalie, and they were very tight or whatever, and I was doing different testing to see how to open them, and I was opening up tulips that I Google, and of course then Ryan's like, yeah, watch that one, that's funny.
So did you dunk your peonies in water? Three times. And then on the last one you swirl it around.
Yeah, no.
What else were we talking about on this episode?
A State of the Union. That was like a whole thing. That was it. Just Valentine's prep and just where we are as the flower industry or anything like that.
Flower industry people are crazy. It's a crazy place.
I don't think you guys need to do that, but maybe do you have any insights of what's going on down there?
So the current chisme.
Again, this is just chisme.
Just chisme. It's just rumors that there is some early production in Ecuador, particularly on the northern side of the city of Quito. And there is some sickness issues in Colombia with the red roses. I have no facts. I don't know if this is true. That's just what I've been hearing.
No validation.
There's always some kind of story going around.
Mm-hmm.
My advice will be to buyers. I think there's going to be flowers. Recent history has shown there's way more flowers than there is buyers. And even if Valentine is on a Wednesday, I still think there's going to be either some opportunities at the end or some really high prices at the end. So my advice is book 50%, 60% of what you absolutely must have. Book that with a reputable company of your choosing. And play the market on the other 40 or 50%. The worst thing that could happen is that you pay more later.
And if you're going to pay more, better to pay more later.
Better to pay more later. Why pay more in advance?
Yeah.
So, definitely lock down a good percentage of what you need, because it's just, you need to do
Smart
that.
business.
But I would play the market on a percentage this year for sure. I would, if you get, if it doesn't work, you're just going to pay the high price anyway. So what's the difference?
Luckily, you have them sold for a high price as well.
Yep. So, and there's always room for negotiation. The freight rates aren't, as crazy as they were during COVID. And so I think there's a little room all around. But I hate Valentine's Day. I just fucking hate it. I hate it. If there was a button
That we could fast forward.
that I could fast forward Valentine, I would absolutely do it. Yeah. I think it's just, for us as middlemen, is a very difficult holiday to make the whole world happy without losing money. So that's why we take on only what we know we can handle, and now we're not going to get in trouble with. And I'll leave the big commitments to the big companies, because that's what they do.
That's exactly it.
That's their thing. And I just, you're never going to get any love from me on Valentine's. I hate it. I just don't like it.
Do you come in that day?
I come in every day.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm scared of you on that day then.
I generally work 7 or 8 consecutive weeks before Valentine's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty much starting now.
Right now. I was going to say,
I was gonna say that.
Pretty much starting.
Countdown.
Well, I do a little traveling,
Yeah, is it fun to visit? I was going to ask you. It's nice to see the farm before Valentine's Day too, right? Because everything
our farm looks the same. There's no changes in our
right.
farm. It's other farms where you see.
I like those. Yeah, like when you see
When
the
you see
bustling,
a
the
farm
you
that,
see it.
yeah, or
You
a
see the
farm that
production.
pinched, and you see all the flowers about to come out.
Right.
Their
Yeah,
beds are full.
It's impressive to look at for sure.
Yeah.
We're actually going to be visiting some farms next week. Okay, so
you'll be in Ecuador, and then you're going to New York. So you get the two spectrums of.
Wait, when are you going to New York?
I'm not going to New York.
Oh,
You're not going to New York?
I'm going to Ecuador, and then when I come back, I'm jumping on a plane and I'm going to Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia.
ooh.
Oh, I'm sorry. You and Edwin aren't doing the New York trip?
No, we were supposed to do it last week when I had COVID. We had to cancel it.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry to hear that. That's right. I was out when you were doing that.
Yeah. So we're going to do that.
And are you going to Prince Edward Island with Casey?
No, by myself.
By yourself?
Yeah, I
He's
can't.
like,
Do you need
he's
me-
going
do
to
you
go
need
on a
to carry
safari.
you need me to carry your bags?
He's going on a
It's going to be like minus 20 or something.
I know,
over there.
but still, that's
He
cool.
carry his bags. He needs those rackets that
Yeah.
you put on your feet so you
Oh
can
my
walk through the
gosh.
snow.
I know,
This
that's what I
man's going-
No,
picture.
go-
This man's going
He's like-
crazy.
But with like an old briefcase, like I feel like he's gonna go.
He's got to take a plane, a train, and an automobile to get to
No,
this
I'm going to
place.
visit a tulip bulb grower there
That's cool.
that we've been doing some business with, and I want to learn more about what they do and how they do it. And their quality is a little bit different than other qualities that we buy, and I like that. So
and then
I try to visit every supplier we have at least once, either at a trade show or in person, or go to see their farm or something. I don't
That's good.
like to do business with.
without knowing who you're doing business
Yeah,
with. Yeah, I like that.
I like to step on their soil and see what's going on, and that builds relationships. That always helps build a better relationship. You get a better understanding of their business.
Yeah, and how they grow, what
Yeah.
makes them different.
Well, yeah, you can't feel an email or, a
No.
text or even a phone call. Sometimes you don't know when you're getting the person, but if you're face to face, you see the person's reactions, you learn about
Body language is real.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, we were in Ecuador, and we went to. I went to visit one of our stock suppliers. I think you were there.
Yeah.
And
I was like, wasn't he with you?
and meeting them and seeing how they work and how hard they're trying makes me want to help them more.
Small
yeah.
family.
Makes me want to help them.
Small family, big community. Just all around impressive.
The way the stock farms work
Mm-hmm.
is it's most not the big ones like Nintanga and those guys. Those guys are all independent, but they have these smaller stock farms that are communities, and it's a co-op. So, this mom down the road, she grows a half a hectare, and this guy down the road, he grows really a hectare, and then this guy, but they're all like in the same village. And there is one export company that does the quality control for everybody. So they check what comes in, they reject what's no good, they accept what's good. They have the packing house, and then they represent these little tiny growers.
That's awesome. And now
as a community.
Right. And if they get they're rejected, like they don't get anything. They still put in all that. So that's why they are really focused on quality. Like they have to get a good quality.
Right, but it's really crude the way they work.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Their stuff is pretty good. Our claims are very low with them, but I was surprised how crude their post-harvest was, and just how their whole setup was. It was not, it's all Band-Aid rubber band put together on what they can afford, And I like to help those little farms. I like to help them. I like to. So like I was paying them a lower price before I visited them. I gave them a little increase because they need it.
Yeah.
They need it. Working hard over there.
They need it more than we need it. So, we try to help these people out, but it's good to see that. If I didn't ever go there, I would never know. And I buy $300-400 a week from them. I wouldn't know if we didn't go there.
If we didn't go there. Yeah, we would have never known.
And you know what else was really cool? Not for me, because I've seen it many times, but for other people that were there that never seen it. While we were walking to one of their greenhouses, there was a young girl doing the laundry by hand. And she was clearly not happy about it. She was not happy she was doing it.
And she was not happy we were walking around while she was doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
But it gives you a real understanding when you see it for the first time. Like I've seen it many times, but for people that never saw it before, how hard that is to do. And to see what Juanita did with the laundry at our farm,
right?
That's providing that service. So that miserable young girl that we saw, that she was so angry that you could see it in her face. Like, I gotta do this shit. It sucks. I hate it. Plus, these Americans are walking right by me while I'm doing it.
It was a hot day.
Right.
It was a hot day in Ecuador. Like the sun was shining.
Yeah.
I got a sunburn.
Yeah. She was probably doing that for hours.
Yeah. Poor girl.
Yeah.
But it just shows how awesome that the laundry service that Juanita put in.
Mi ropita fresquita.
So we went to visit a breeder.
Mm-hmm.
Great breeder. Screwers. We can never pronounce it.
Never, not once.
Sorry.
You should see me do
but
videos.
The guy paid Juanita a huge compliment. He says, hey, because of you, we're building a laundry for our people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah, we had a brand new building going up, and I thought that was really cool. So Which, if you talk to Juanita, and Mike does it too. Mike speaks about these social responsibility projects that were happening, not just here, but in the growers. But like, she doesn't do it for the credit. She doesn't do it for anything, but she loves the fact.
She does it for her people.
She does it for her people, and she loves that it spreads, that more people are going to do it.
That's something we want to be copied
and
on.
I mean, like, I'm so happy when you speak to Juanita about those projects, you could see like the sense of pride of like, yeah, we're making a difference, and I love that.
And she's just getting started.
Yeah.
Damn right.
She's so badass.
So right now you're going to put the Carpenters' We've Only Just Begun song.
We've only just begun.
That's
What
movie?
Oh. What
Tommy
movie?
Boy.
Oh. Would have known. I saw the whole thing.
In a little
You never saw Tommy Boy?
I saw a little bit of it. I fell asleep on it. I told you.
Watch that
So they're driving,
Yeah.
and Tommy Boy, they're driving along, and they're changing the channel on the radio.
And then they're
And they can't agree on what to listen to. And then the Carpenters comes on, And he goes, "You could change it if you want to." And the other guy goes,
You change
it if you want to." And then like a scene later,
You see
they're
them
both
crying.
singing the song, crying. It's a great scene. Tommy boy, would you do me a favor and watch that movie?
Mike, I made my kids watch it during the winter break. Tommy boy, we were laughing so
Love
hard.
that movie. That movie
so
is
hard.
hilarious.
And it's got such
Yeah.
a good message. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we should have a Jeff Fresh movie night where we show a movie on a projector outside
Just
the
for
parking
Joel.
lot.
Right
I
here.
have a projector, a giant one.
We show a movie out on the parking lot and a
That's cool.
projector.
That's what we're gonna
Everybody
do.
brings
April
popcorn.
19th.
We can bring
Why can't
our
we do
kids.
that?
Why can't we do that?
We're gonna do it April 19th.
A family movie night.
Yeah,
Isn't that your
in the
birthday?
parking lot.
That way
We
Joel
We could
can
use one of the
Oh,
trucks
18th.
to hold the screen.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
an actual blow
Let's do that. Let's have a Jeff Fresh movie night
Yeah,
on a-
we should.
on a nice clear night. Okay, can we finish this up?
Yep.
Traffic
All right.
is horrible.
Yeah.
So in case you guys were wondering, Mike hates Valentine's Day.
Mimi wants flowers and
Mimi wants flowers.
I don't know how to
And,
eat
Oreos
Oreos with milk.
and
And,
glitter bombs.
No, I'm giving Joelle Oreos with milk for Valentine's.
That's what you're getting. A glass of milk. Chug this. Oh man. You ready?
Yep.
We're good?
We're good. Everybody, prep. Make that day count.
Just remember, people take things very, very personally
Yeah.
on Valentine's
Just
Day.
do your best.
Do your best. Don't bite off more than you can chew and have fun doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Two Fat Guys Talking Flowers, where we're always going to give you the good, the bad, the ugly about flowers. Welcome to 2024, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for listening.
Did you see how he held his hands out like he's the Dalai Lama? Did you see that?
Hey, I'm speaking to my peoples. Speaking to my peoples here.
Wow.
Good episode, guys. Thank you very much. Bye.